The new book is called Leadership Without Mind Games: How to Win People with Ethics and Decency. And it looks quite similar to another book which is already published in German with a similar title. So, what was the reason to publish your book in English as well? In my first book, I wanted to support executives and managers in building long-lasting relationships with their employees and customers. After all, people do not always behave logically, but they almost every time behave psychologically. And so it was also important for me to give an insight into psychology for everyday's business. What was it like to translate your book into another language? I travel a lot with my speeches and coaching sessions. And I've been often asked whether my book is also available in English. That's why I've taken another step at translating it into English. And then I quickly realized that it wasn't just a matter of translating. Since the publication of the German book, so many things have happened in the world that I couldn't simply translate one to one. And I have therefore rewritten numerous chapters and also adapted many passages and written additional content on dealing with crisis and difficult situations. In your book, you literally start with Adam and Eve. Yes, the book starts with Adam and Eve because I found their story particularly interesting. Even in the first days of mankind, it all starts with some psychological trickery. When Eve was tempted and fooled by the snake to bite into the forbidden apple, this was some kind of prototype of mind games. And it was also a typical timeless pattern of human behavior. Having a presumptive, attractive, short-term goal in mind without considering negative consequences on the long run. The book is a lot about trust and how you can build it or acquire it. Why is trust so important? Well, trust is so important because it's the basis to every human relationship, whether in private or in business. Without trust, I wouldn't even buy a piece of chewing gum from someone, not to mention larger things. And after all, it's always the people who do business with each other. That's why trust is the resource and the management tool of the future. But it's not that easy with trust, because trust cannot be built up so easily. It has to be earned. And when it is earned, it's not for me to decide. So that is decided by my counterpart when he or she is of the opinion that I have earned the trust now, that I'm trustworthy. And how this can succeed, what I should do or better not do in order to get there, there are many practical answers in my book. Who should read your book and why? The book is particularly intended for people with leadership responsibilities, or those who would like to know more about the power of psychology, and all those who together with their teams want to position themselves for the future, relying on leadership culture characterized by trust and respect. The book is written for all these people, but it is also suitable for German companies abroad that deal primarily with English-speaking employees. Talking about ethics and decency in business is relatively easy. These are values we all can agree on, that we all wish for, that we strive for as a company, that customers and employees also find sexy. There is also a separate chapter in the book called The Manager Toolbox. What is this all about? After my speeches, I'm often asked, how can we implement these values into our company? How can I implement this concretely in my company, in my team, with my colleagues? That's why I have compiled many concrete practical examples, tools and checklists in this Manager Toolbox, so that these values do not only appear in the company slogan in the entrance hall, but can actually be established and lived in everyday business life. Then I wish you and your book all the best. And I also wish you a lot of success with Leadership Without Mind Games.
Mit meinem Team oder mit meinen KollegInnen. Der Kater. Kommt er schon wieder? Hey, du kannst gar nicht lesen. Ja? So kann ich nicht arbeiten. Was machen wir denn jetzt mit dir? Ja, was? Geh mal hier runter.